What's going on, everybody? This is Jaden with How to Apple, and I want to welcome you to the first episode of my new YouTube series called APPL Talks Tech. So again, welcome to episode number 1 of APPL Talks Tech. And if you're already subscribed to this channel and you're a part of the How to Apple fam, go ahead and smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing so that way you can get some more Apple tips, tutorials, everything, and stay tuned to the new series. So in this episode, we're going to be diving into some of the details for Wwdc 2019, which is scheduled to start on June 3rd. And it should talk about iOS 13, Mac OS 10.15, Watch OS 6. There's rumors going around about the modular Mac Pro, even a 6K display. So there's a lot to talk about. We're even going to get into some of the Huawei ban details and some of what Trump is doing and the government's doing, and whether you agree with that or not, let's just unpeel that onion. So jumping into WWDC, let's talk about probably the most anticipated topic, which is iOS 13. Which is supposed to release some of the features that were supposed to come out in iOS 12, but because iOS 11 was so buggy, they had to fix iOS 11, and that's where you have iOS 12. But now we're finally going to get a lot of the features that we've been waiting for. And one of the features that we've all been waiting for so long is dark mode, and that is confirmed to be coming out in iOS 13. Now it's supposed to be easily toggled on and off within the control center and stuff like that. I personally think that dark mode should emulate what YouTube has done. I like the dark mode on YouTube. It's not necessarily black, but it's like a dark gray. But I'm sure Apple is going to do something, they didn't wait this long to release it all jacked up. I can guarantee you that. And it better not be jacked up. It better be nice. And speaking of UI changes, I have heard that there might be a new home screen as well as new control center, notification center. Pretty much they're trying to redesign some stuff. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what I've heard. It would be pretty nice because even though we have the iPhone, whatever you have, a new iOS release is always good because it helps you to feel like you got a new phone, It makes you feel like you got a fresh new look. You feel reinvigorated, whatever you want to say, with your iPhone. So I'm kind of hoping they do change it up, but not too much to where it's like you don't even have an iPhone anymore. So let's see what Apple does with that. There's also talk going around that Apple is working on a new Swype keyboard feature, which I know Android people, even the jailbreak community, you guys have already been using this. Apple pretty much killed the idea a while ago, but now they're probably going to bring it back. So if you would rather use the Swype keyboard rather than the normal, typing keyboard, let me know in the live chat or in the comments below. Maybe you already are really good at using it. I don't know. It's probably going to take me a while to get used to be honest, because I have not jailbroken my phone in a while, and of course I don't have an Android, but I want to know your thoughts on what you think Apple should do with that. It's also being reported that Apple is supposed to be adding some features to the Health app to help you monitor your hearing and make sure you're healthy with your hearing. You're not listening to stuff way too loud, or you're not in environments that are damaging your hearing. So I'm pretty interested to see what's going on with that, what they're going to do with it. I heard they're supposed to also offer some hearing aid support for third-party hearing aids, maybe to tell about your battery life, whatever. So let's see what they do with that. And I'm sure Apple has a whole lot more down the pipeline that's supposed to release in iOS 13. I don't have a lot of time to get into it in just this video. That's like a whole other video in and of itself. But there's one more thing that I want to mention, and that is using your iPad as a second monitor to your Mac. So I think that'd be pretty cool. They say that you can use the Apple Pencil, to draw or do whatever, to do editing stuff with the iPad in compatibility with the Mac. I think that'd be pretty cool. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you have an iPad and you would like to use it as a second monitor, let me know what you think. Now, speaking of the Mac, let's go ahead and talk about iOS 10.15, which I'm not even sure what it's supposed to be called. If you know, pop it in the live chat or down in the comment section below. But there's supposed to be a lot of new features coming to the Mac, including using iPad apps on the Mac. So I'm quite sure, and I've mentioned this before, and I think I've heard it said before as well, that Apple is trying to merge the Mac OS with the iOS and pretty much make it a lot more seamless between the two. Let me know what you think about iPad apps running on the on the Mac. I think it'd be pretty cool. I know they're bringing the podcast app as well as Find My iPhone and even Siri shortcuts, which I'm using Siri's shortcuts on my iPhone, and I think it's pretty cool actually. You can automate stuff, pretty much send text messages, group messages. You can make it do all kinds of stuff. Set alarms, whatever you want to do with Siri's shortcuts. So I think it's going to open up a whole nother ball game when it comes to the Mac. Apple is also supposed to be releasing more features within the Messages app. That way you can have a little more continuity between iMessage on phones and iPads and Mac. So let's see what kind of stuff they're going to do with that, as well as screen time. I don't know how many of you guys use screen time. I use it. Let me know in the comment section below if you have checked your screen time lately and you're a little surprised at how much you actually use your phone. But screen time also is used for app restrictions and iPhone restrictions as well. So parental controls, all that stuff can be found within the screen time section of your iPhone. And I heard that they're supposed to be bringing screen time to the Mac. That way you can manage multiple devices in your family plan. I think that'd be pretty cool, especially since my wife is pregnant. You know, we don't know what the tech world is going to be like by the time my kid becomes a teenager. So I think it'd be pretty good to have a lot of those parental controls already honed out, smooth, everything working great. So let me know what you guys think. So moving on to the next topic, let's talk about Apple Watch OS 6, which of course the Apple Watch has always been big about health, tracking, stuff like that. They're supposed to be having new features to help you track your pill dosages if you take daily pills, even women's cycles. You know, some of y'all might be a little too young to worry about all that. Some of you women in there, smash that like, you know what I mean? Pop it in the comment section if you want to fist pump Apple for helping y'all keep track of yourself like you don't already know your body. Anyway, they're supposed to be having a lot of that kind of functionality added to the Apple Watch, as well as new watch faces. I'm actually kind of excited about the watch faces. I kind of want them to do more cartoon characters, and let me know what you guys think. Maybe you can put in the comment section below what kind of cartoon character you would like Apple to make a face out of. I personally want Bobby's World. I don't know if you guys remember that. If you're a 90s kid, let me know if you are, but yeah, I would love that. But going back to health, Apple is supposed to be adding some features that help you with sleep tracking. I'm still not quite sure I understand that. If you're going to be wearing your watch while you sleep, how you're going to charge it, when you're going to charge it, stuff like that. I don't know. I guess we'll find out one day. But they're supposed to be doing that, as well as releasing a native app store on the Apple Watch to help you add more functionalities to your app, or I'm sorry, to your Apple Watch. I guess I was saying it correctly. Anyway, to your Apple Watch, which I think if they move more towards the Apple Watch being an independent device rather than having, you know, having to have your iPhone or whatever, I think that'd be pretty cool. That way you can reach more of a market, more audience. You don't have to have an iPhone all the time. You can have just your Apple Watch, which again, they did a lot with the cellular already, so maybe they're stepping in that direction. Let me know what you guys think. So now that we've talked about a lot of software, let's move over to some hardware and some of the things speculated that Apple's supposed to do. I heard they're going to be letting out finally an update to the trash can Mac, or the modular Mac Pro. I know a lot of people have been waiting on that. I personally have an iMac Pro, which came out like last year or whatever. I like the device. Great computer. I use it to do all my YouTube stuff. I love it. So I will not be getting the Mac Pro modular or whatever, but I know people have been waiting on that. And they're supposed to couple its release with a new 6K monitor. So I don't know what 6K entails. I know that the 5K, I still get lost in it. I mean, this stuff is getting so good that I'm like, what in the world? I feel like this is better than real life. But anyway, let me know your thoughts and what you expect from the new modular Mac Pro, as well as maybe the monitor, the 6K monitor that Apple's supposed to be releasing. Let me know what you guys think. But while some people may be drooling over the trash can Mac and the new 6K display, screen, whatever, I know there's a lot more people drooling, maybe not drooling, I don't know what they're doing, over the new iPhone 11, because I've heard mixed reviews. Matter of fact, most people probably are not drooling. They're probably hating on that big old camera that's supposed to be on the back of the screen. Let me know what you guys think about that. I personally have heard that the hump is not as bad, like the protrusion out of the phone is not as bad as people are making it seem to be. Honestly, I don't care if it has this humongous camera on the back. If it works great and it's beast, then I like it. I don't look at the back of my phone anyway. Yeah, I want it to look nice, but I'd rather be I'd rather support or accept functionality over design. I think Apple's gonna make the mess look nice anyway. I'm not worried about that. So let me know what you guys think about that. And speaking of the design of the iPhone 11, okay, I'm Trump now, I guess. I heard that with the iPhone 11R, there's supposed to be 2 new colors being released, a green and a lavender. And I remember back in the day, I used to change the backs of the iPhone 6s and stuff like that, the aluminum backs, the housing, and green and black was actually pretty hot. So I'm excited to see what that's gonna look like. The lavender, I guess I don't really see a lot of guys getting that, but I still see it as a hot phone for all you ladies out there that's trying to rock your iPhone like it's hot, you know what I'm saying? And along with the new colors, I heard that Apple is supposed to be bringing back the Touch ID to the iPhone. So it's supposed to be like under the screen, you know, whatever they're talking about, cameras under the screen, it's going to look at your fingerprint, whatever. I personally like Face ID better just because I don't even notice that layer of security anymore. Now, if I'm laying down, that might be different. Sometimes it doesn't work, but I still think Face ID is a lot more secure than Touch ID because I can be sleeping or something and somebody can put the fingerprint scanner on my thumb and it'll open up. That's how sensitive it is. So I'd rather keep the Face ID if they bring some kind of, you know, mesh in the two or a double layer or whatever of the security with both of them mixed together. Maybe that might work better. I don't know. I like Face ID. Let me know what you guys think. But they're supposed to be bringing that back to the new iPhone. So we'll see. And before we move on, I want to take a moment to recognize some of the subscribers of this channel that have supported the channel in great ways. Number 1 is Edward Bishop for dropping the super chat in the live stream last week. Greatly appreciate it, bro. As well as Zach Easley for not just buying 1 hoodie from the merch, but 2 hoodies. So I definitely want to thank you guys for all that you do for the channel. All of you guys, all the subscribers, all of the How to Apple fam, you're amazing, but definitely want to take a moment to recognize you two guys. So thanks. So getting back to the episode, let's move away from Apple a little bit and let's talk about this Huawei ban. Now, of course, everybody knows what happened with Huawei. Pretty much Trump signed an executive order that said there's a list of certain companies, foreign companies that US can no longer do business with. And Huawei was a part of those companies. Pretty much Huawei has been spying on America, I guess through their technology, not just phones. They make a whole bunch of technology. So companies like Google had to immediately stop doing business with Huawei, which means they couldn't offer them any of their Android services. I think some of the services were still working, but Android updates and stuff like that, Huawei would no longer get. So that sent a whole ripple effect throughout the tech community. People were mad about it. I want to know what you guys think. Now, I heard that the ban is, I think it's been extended. It's been lifted and it has been extended for 90 days. So after 90 days, Huawei, as well as all these other companies and stuff like that, have to figure out what they're going to do because they can no longer do business with these US companies. Now, a lot of people are blaming Trump and they're like, yo, what's going on with this? What's happening? Of course, it is a national security issue. That's the reason why they had to enact this executive order. But what I'm hearing is because there's been a trade war between China and the US, Trump is now offering these Chinese companies ability to work with US companies. He's putting it on a table as leverage to use to get China to do what America wants them to do and make a better trade deal between the two companies. Between the two countries. So I think that's pretty interesting. I know a lot of people are like, what are you doing, Trump? Make up your mind. I've heard another YouTuber say that, and I'm thinking to myself, bro, that mess is brilliant. Like, if you know your son plays a whole bunch of PS4, why would you not use the PS4 as leverage to get him to do what you want him to do? Those dishes will be washed when I get home because you got a PS4 and I know you like to play it and I'm gonna take it away. I've seen that happen, trust me, Kevin. But I think it's brilliant to use that as leverage. Of course, you're gonna have to take care of the spying part and all that kind of mess or whatever they're doing into their technology. They gotta take care of that issue because that cannot go on. But I think it's brilliant to use that as leverage. Trump is a deal maker. Whether you like him or not, the guy knows how to make deals. So I want to know what you guys think. Put it in the live chat. I know the live chat might blow up right now if you're watching this live, but put it in the comment section below as well. And let me know what you think about Trump. No. Take that back. Don't let me know what you think about Trump because that's gonna blow up into a whole nother topic. But what you think about what's going on with the government in this executive order, what should be done about it, should it be lifted? Let me know what you guys think. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this first episode of Apple Talks Tech, and I will be doing a weekly community question that I will bring on to next week's show. I will pick probably 3 answers within the comment section for this community question or whatever, and then I'll talk about it in the next episode. So this week's community question is, what do you think the government should do about the Huawei ban? And try to give a little more explanation on why you think what you think, why you think what you think. I know a lot of people want the ban to be lifted, but if the ban is lifted, what do you think should happen? Do you think they should hold Huawei to the fire because they have been spying on America or been, doing some shady business through their technology in America? So let me know what you guys think about that. And of course, I will pick 3 of the answers and bring them on to next week's show, and we'll talk about that. So again, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like. If you're already a part of the How to Apple fam, you know the deal. You know what you're supposed to do. Give this video a like, comment below, share this out to your friends, and stay tuned for the next episode of Apple Talks Tech, so you can learn how to Apple without the E.